Stupid teenagers must die. I'll tell you who should die. The idiots who made this movie. That's right. Stupid Teenagers Must Die is shot in a home video quality format. You remember the Blair Witch Project? Knock it down a couple notches and add grainy film quality. You remember the video style, the camera style that they use for Cops, the movie or the show Cops? Yo. It's as if someone said, picture this. You're with your friends, suddenly somebody says, "Hey, let's make a movie." And you say, "Sure, I'll go get my video camera." And the next morning, you have Stupid Teenagers Must Die. Something with such low production values, even a hobo could afford to produce this. The acting was horrible, horrendous. The only mildly good actor was the main character, the black guy. And he survived. The black guy survived. Oh my god. The black guy survived. Now, the official summary of this is, in this campy parody of 1980s slasher flicks, a group of teenagers get together in a creepy abandoned house to hold a seance, at which point they can't help but get naked and begin dying gruesome, improbable deaths. Now, as I review what I just saw, and after cleaning up all of the blood that biting my tongue has produced, and cleaning up the fingers which I chopped off of my right hand in an attempt to dull the pain of watching this movie, I must conclude that this movie sucked. A lot. It sucked a big, fat, veiny one. There was crummy dialogue, actors mumble their lines, I couldn't understand half of what they were fucking saying. Everything from the actors to the acting to the dialogue to the horrendous blood effects was just horrible. The makeup was awful. It looked like it was a French whorehouse. The makeup was so awful. Okay? The soundtrack was horrendous. Horrendous. They had porn music the first minute, and then upbeat music the next, totally inappropriate music the next, inappropriate to the scene, I mean. And let's see, I wrote everything down that I found odd with this movie. Well, there was lesbian sex, so, you know, that's the only saving grace. It's not going to save you, though, movie. You're not saved by lesbian sex. That is not even... No. No, 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 no. They took any excuse to take off their shirts. The director said, probably, "Oh, you know what? She says she thinks she's covered in blood, so she just takes off her shirt in front of everybody else. Oh, I can't stand to have this blood on me!" And she takes off her top. In front of everybody. Which the geek wittily replies, "Hey Nancy, you know, you have a little bit of blood on your shirt too." Yeah. Gag me with a smurf. So, back to, you know, the main reason why you're watching this, the summary of the whole story. It turns out that these kids who were doing the seance, they had summoned the spirit of a long-dead murderer who killed his family in very specific ways, and now he's possessing the kids and killing them in the exact same way that he killed his family members. So, like, you know, one of them got gutted, one of the kids gutted another kid, and strung their entrails around their neck and hung them up, and one of them strangled, got strangled, can't breathe. One of them got stabbed with a knife, and one of them got gutted. I don't know whether or not this movie was meant to be this bad, but I I as about halfway through the movie, when I had finished swallowing all the glass from my shattered drinking glass, I had finished swallowing all the glass to try to distract myself from the atrocity that this movie is. I got to thinking, maybe they're deliberately doing this. Maybe they're doing this, making it this bad on purpose. And that got me to thinking. And as I swallowed the blood that had been shredded in my esophagus, and I digested my own flesh that came from my esophagus, I was wondering, who in their right mind would make this movie? And then it came to me. Nobody in their right mind would make this movie. There was an insane person behind the camera, on the director's chair. You know what? This movie sucked. It sucked. I'd rather strangle a kitten, stomp on a baby, and then eat them both with my ass, and then crap them out my mouth, than watch this movie again. In fact, I would rather jump off a building, swim through broken glass, dive into a pool filled with double-edged razor blades, taken from a nice lyric from Weird Al, and smash my head through the Mona Lisa and run around naked in the streets of Paris, that's Paris, screaming, "Eureka, Eureka, I found it, I'm in the head of Mona Lisa," than watch one more minute of this movie. It was that unbearable. Now, they ended the reign of the evil spirit by taking the Ouija board and saying, "Goodbye, spirit." And then suddenly, all the possessed kids suddenly fell on the floor. No longer possessed. How fucked up is that? And if that wasn't bad enough, after the police came and did not do anything, came in brandishing their clearly fake guns, and said, "What's going on here? Oh my god, there's blood everywhere." Yeah, no shit, there's blood everywhere. Then, from the corners and the doors and all around came the supposed murdered family members. And it ended with a little girl with mascara drooping down her eyes to make her look like a ghoul. She opened her mouth, uttered a demonic roar, and the camera started shaking as she ran at the screen. It ended there. And at that point, I said, "Thank you, Lord! It is over! Thank God!" I never want to watch this movie again. Ever. And if any of you have the guts to see this movie, then God help you. God help you. I hope you do not stick rusty syringes in your eyes and ears and stick a corkscrew in your skull in an attempt to relieve the pressure. This movie is the worst movie of all time, besides Ishtar. Forget Jason Goes to Hell. I was premature in stating that that was the worst movie I've ever seen. This is the worst movie I have ever seen. I'm sorry. Just got a little bit carried away there. It sucked. Let's leave it at that. I give this movie, ba-bing, half a pill. That is the lowest of the low. Stupid teenagers must die. That is the lowest of the low. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed, and you should go kill yourself for it. Go die in a ditch. This is FragPenguin, the bipolar king of comedy, and I am saying goodbye, folks.